Watford 0-2 Wolves. Hwang Hee Chan fires on debut as Lage finally wins. It will be repeated again, but is very much the case. Wolves have attacking promise in abundance, there is no question of that. But how apt that it was an own goal and a late strike from their debutant Hwang Hee Chan that got Bruno Lage's men over the line against a spirited Watford side. Hwang came on after 63 minutes and gave the opposition backline an added element to deal with. He could possibly be the missing bit his side so desperately need in front of goal. Watford, 4-1-4-1, Bachmann 6, Ngakia 5, Trustekong 6, Sayeralta 5, Rose 6, Itibo 6, Sima 77, Sar 7, Sissoko 7, Kaka 6, Dennis 6, King 6, Hernandez 53, 6. Booked, Itibo, Rose, Dennis subs not used, Lauza, Cleverly, Messina, Cathcart, Tufan, Cabasel, Elliott. Wolves, 3-4-3, Sa 6.5, Kilman 6, Cody 6, Say 6, Samito 5, Neves 6, Matinho 6, Marcel 6, Trincao 7, Hwang 63, 7.5, Jimenez 6.5, Traore 7, Potence 81. Subs not used, Hover, 8 Nauri, Mosquera, Boli, Silva, Ruddy, Dendinger. Scorers, Sayeralta, own goal, 74, Hwang 83. Booked, Marcel, Jimenez, Kilman. Referee, Peter Bankies 6. For large parts, the visitors really did not look at home at all against a side who have won 11 consecutive matches in their backyard going on from last season. Wolves were making a routine of squandering Adama Traore's crosses, and Watford were no better at taking advantage of Ismaila Sarr's service. Both wide men were the match's orchestrators lacking a willing cast. But it was a bit of luck on 74 minutes that broke the deadlock. As Marcel whipped a cross in after João Matinho played a short corner, the ball passed a number of buddies all the way to Francisco Sayeralta, the man who nearly missed out due to international sanction threats over not playing for his country over quarantine rules. He assumed his teammates would clear the ball first, only to see it strike his head and divert past goalkeeper Daniel Bachmann. One can often bring two, and that was the case for a Wolves side shorn of their shooting boots of late. It was debutant Hwang who 9 minutes later sealed the match, bundling over substitute Daniel Potence's exquisite, chipped cross. On his side's victory, Lage insisted it was a matter of time after showing elements of quality in earlier matches. "We want to play this way and score goals, so my ambition and feeling is the same from the first day in the way we played against Leicester," said Lage. "It's not a question of relief." Wolves were without a win in 3 matches, and despite the early signs of promise in this season so far, getting points on the board here was a must. If Jeremy Ngakia vs Adama Traore were a boxing fight, the sanctioning body in question would be held in disrepute such as the sheer size difference. It was never going to be easy on that right-hand side with a right winger in Traore who makes up for his profligacy on goal with strength, dainty feet and pace. As Traore darted to the byline, a mere shrug of the shoulder or sharp turn of direction were used multiple times to bypass the 21-year-old right back. Jimenez shot wide off a delivery, and then Traore's service was left in no man's land. The Hornets turned the tide on 16 minutes when Sarr bamboozled 3 defenders and provided for Moussa Sissoko. His shot was well palmed out by goalkeeper Jose Sa. It gave Watford belief as Joshua King shot tamely at goal off Sissoko's low pass into the box shortly before Sarr dithered far too long and squared the ball to the opposition. Though it was Nelson Semito's miss on the stroke of halftime that was particularly painful for the visitors as the midfielder collected a clever through ball from Francisco Trincao and shot straight at goalkeeper Daniel Bachmann. Minutes earlier at the other end, Sarr again used his silky footwork to dance past the opposition, but his cross was inches out of the sliding reach of King. Manager Xisco Munoz switched Ngakia and Danny Rose to the opposite sides at the interval to try and stem the Traore flow down the wings. The home side were growing confident in possession as Wolves kept spurning possession, their efforts on goal proving desperate. Samito, finding himself again through on goal after a neat Jimenez back flick dissecting the defense, again panicked and dragged the ball wide. On 70 minutes, Jimenez bravely went for a header off João Matinho's free kick as the ball went over the post. To see Jimenez attacking an aerial ball was refreshing to see after recovering from a traumatic head injury. But it was to be an own goal and a debutant that got Wolves' campaign finally up and running. Asked if conceding soft goals was an issue, Xisco said, "This is a problem.